I want to start by letting us know that development could be good and also business could be good. But this cannot be without adequate consultation. This cannot also be without having human rights consideration in whatever we do. The Ogoni people are indigenous people and also being recognized by the international community as one. As such, we believe that our free, prior, and informed consent ought to be sought at every level of activity that ought to be done in our area. This is because of what we have experienced in the past 25 years as a part of struggle we've been carrying out. Oil extraction started in Nigeria around 1956, and in 1958, they had oil in Ogoni at a commercial quantity. And this exploration took place for over 25 years without having the people at the center of whatever they were doing. Again, oil was not the mainstay of the economy before 1958. But when they discovered that oil could be won, they gave that opportunity to the multinational corporations to operate without any environmental impact assessment being given to them. They're asking them to do that. So they just went into oil exploration. And that was why the Ogoni suffered what we suffered and we're still suffering. There were lots of environmental devastation, occasioned by the activities. Now, after about 3 decades of exploration, we, the Ogoni people, sat down to look at what has been happening to our environment. The ecosystem was depleting. Things were happening, and people were dying. We could no longer farm. Ogoni people are agriculturists, and women are the bulk of farmers. Women are those that do the farming. Women are those that keep the histories of the land. They are those that get the shrubs they use for treatments, the local treatments. For whatever they do, the local birth attendants, everything they do, women are those that handle that. But women were not suffering what they never planned for. Everything in the environment was being destroyed due to oil exploration. As such, women had to sit together and they started reasoning over what they can do. And now, walking through the Ogoni struggle, the movement for survival of the Ogoni people, MOSOP, 25 years ago, a plan came on board. What do we do to stop this menace in Ogoni land? And on that note, the struggle started. Now, they wrote to Shell, Dutch, asking them to clean the Ogoni environment, to review their processes, their activities, and to ensure that Ogoni people could have a right of place, and that Ogoni people could also have their vegetations, their land, being repaired, being kept the way they were from the original, to this original status. And on this note, pockets of meetings were held. But Shell would not listen. As such, they were still going into Ogoni land to work. So a woman got to our farmland and discovered that Shell had come with their heavy equipment to bulldoze the land again. And she attempted to stop, and they shot the woman. So when that happened, report got back, and women started. Women came together. Women revolted. Though we all did, all that were done there were all non-violent approaches. Women took to streets, and in the year 1993, they issued Shell and the Nigerian government persona non grata to enter Ogoni land. I am telling you that as we're speaking up to now, Shell has not entered Ogoni land. There has not been any oil exploration in Ogoni land. We didn't just stop at asking Shell to, then leave the land. We took it up through human rights approaches. We wrote to the international community. We ensured that we participated in any activity that has to do with human rights. We brought the Ogoni issues from the local level to the international scene. Women were pushing for this. Women held vigils periodically to ensure that what they have said stands. I want to let us know that the highest goddess in Ogoni land has a female symbol. So when women come together to say they don't want a thing, people know that they are serious. And so that has been the strategy. When we hold vigil, we say this is what we want, we follow it, and it has been happening. Recently, in year 2012, our government also came on board to say Ogoni land will be a place for their public-private partnership. They have come for another land grabbing. They took over 200,000 hectares of farmland for mono-agriculture. They are planting banana plantation there. And women have said no to it. We have taken them to the National Human Rights Commission. We have also demonstrated and said they cannot work there. Even if they have collected money from the men, even if they have displaced people, but we are saying no to it. And National Human Rights Commission is on with the matter. We've also taken on with several media campaigns that even the present government has responded to. We can no longer wait like we did before. We gave them 25 years to start this struggle. But now, as it started, we said no to it. And it is actually no. Because as it stands now, even the government cannot approach the land. They can no longer go there. They planted their things, but they cannot go there to harvest anything. The land is somehow fallow. And we're doing that because they are depleting our land and they are eroding our culture. They are destroying our livelihoods, and we don't have anywhere to go to. These days, we send our children out as helps to people, domestic servants. They even come to get, hire the children to places that we do not know. And we have looked at it and said no as women, and we are fighting and ensuring that it all, comes back to what we ought to have. And that is what we've been doing within the Ogoni area. Like I still shared, we have taken it on at the international level. The Ogoni people are part of the United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous People. We attend that meeting, and even one of us is a board member. So whatever that has to do with Ogoni is taken at that level. I was just trying to see how I could cut it. Before we even started this, I want to tell us again that UNEP has even visited Ogoni land, and that is because of our various reports that have been carrying out. UNEP came there to look at what the Ogoni people have been putting forth at the international level. And August 12, 2012, they set up a special panel of inquiry to look into that, a special commission, without the Ogoni people as being part of it. And UNEP came up with a very strong recommendation for the cleanup of Ogoni land. UNEP has stated that it will take about 35 years to clean Ogoni land. UNEP also said that they should give to the Ogoni people as a startup grant $1 billion to start off the cleanup process. These were not without the struggles of women. When they set up the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in the year 2007, Ogoni people submitted over 8,000 memoranda. Women were there and they testified all that happened, because when the struggle was on, they militarized the Ogoni area. And most women were victims of that process. The military people raped a lot of Ogoni women. They took their husbands, their children away, and so these women testified at the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Even if up till now they cannot release the reports of that commission. But it is because of that the International Committee looked at the matter and said, let us visit this Ogoni land that they were talking about. And as it stands now, the present president of Nigeria has agreed to release $10 billion to start off the process of Ogoni cleanup. So women have been so strong in the process, and they know that women don't lie. They respect women in Nigeria, and when women speak, it works. And one other great thing that helped us has been the unity of purpose. We spoke with one voice, we had one purpose, and we moved on. The struggles have not been without hitches. There are some persons that feel that what we are doing is taking a longer process because we use a non-violent approach, and some feel that maybe it will not work. But others are beginning to realize what we've been doing. So this is the Ogoni story for us. Thank you.